Okay, I'm here with Dario Moore over at the Center for Contemporary Dance. He's a really good friend of mine. I've known him for just about as long as I've been training as a dancer. And I just watched a class for special needs students, which Dario did very well with them. This is Dario.
Oh, I thought it was a voice. I'm sitting here looking crazy. Hey, how you doing?
Dario, tell me a little bit about this center that you run here. Just speak to me about it.
The Center for Contemporary Dance is a dance training facility where we have a three-pronged approach. Our mission is to broaden the scope of dance in the area through education, outreach, and production. And the class that you just saw right there was a class that started with outreach, and all of a sudden there became a demand and a need for it. And we've actually gone from no special needs classes to 3 on the schedule. And that was just based on an outreach. And if we hadn't been fulfilling our mission, which is to broaden the scope of dance and giving it more access to more people, we wouldn't have had another population of somewhere in the order of, I think it's 23 new students that came in to work with us because of an outreach program. So what we do at the facility is a holistic approach to education, and we're doing it with express purposes. And as one of the co-founders of the organization, the reason why I'm doing it is because everyone wants to be expressed. You saw Matt there, and a few times in the class he just blurted out. He had a few moments of excitement and exhilaration and joy. And what you didn't see is there are other people that are here, like, you know, Brianna and Jason, who chime in as well. They get really pumped and excited. And if they didn't have that outlet, they could very well act out in ways that you did see in the classroom. You saw an acting out process getting re-patterned, re-educated right there. So when you saw Melody, who was just having a very difficult time following directions and staying on task and stuff like that, those things happen because she doesn't have a regular outfit for expression. And now that she does, we have to train her to stay in the boundaries, but then also be fully expressed while she's staying within the boundaries. So she's actually using dance for other social skill sets, like being able to fit back into the community.
Yeah, it was amazing seeing her, like, just watching her move. Like, period. It's like I just wanted to watch her because she has a lot of, like, innate movement in her.
Exactly.
She just wants to, like, but it's, I guess, you know, it's hard for her to control it.
Exactly, especially as an adult. The time comes for, you know, each adult to stay within the boundaries. And the great thing about it is, you know, in classes like that, where parents like to safeguard and protect their kids and stuff like that, through dance, we could actually teach them skill sets so that when parents and family and friends are not there, the student can in fact take care of themselves. Because here in the state of Florida, I happen to know of some takedown methods that are approved by the state of Florida on people with mental capacities like hers, and they are unacceptable takedowns. If a grown man were to ever do a takedown on her like that, I think that would be unacceptable. So rather than have her have that experience, why not train her how to get herself under control before someone legally takes her down in a way that's something I wouldn't do to my animals.
Yeah.
So I'm using the class in the form of dance to teach expression, social skill sets, and staying within those boundaries with you know, just being a human, you know, doing things that some parents don't know how to do at home.
Yeah. Now, have you seen this?
Come on, you got the right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, come on. Go get grab that.
Have you seen this approach anywhere else?
Oh yeah, I got this idea and stuff like this from greats. You know.
Sorry.
No problem.
Have a good day.
There are great people out there that are doing things like this. Ann Halpern is whom I modeled myself after, and you know, she's an amazing educator first who happened to make the transition over into dance. And the things that she's able to do through dance are so inspiring to me because my first love, the truth be told, is the fact that I'm fascinated by people and broadening my perspectives in life. So education and people kind of go hand in hand. So taking the concept of being educated and interacting with people, I use hidden lesson plans in the grand scheme of dance to help teach some very important skill sets in the grand scheme of life. So I have a great job. I love it. I am one teacher of approximately, I think there's 16 of us here, I think it is total. We're teaching and or our staff as substitutes. And each one of us, though we might not be as seasoned as I am, we all approach education from the same way, based on the national standards for dance education, and based on the fact that we're dealing with a real human being here who could learn something more than just dance within the framework of that vehicle.
Okay. How long have you guys been open?
The center has been open and functional here in Central Florida now for 12 years. I believe this October we go into our anniversary. I think this is year 13, so 10 on this site and 13 total.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a pretty big, huge accomplishment.
I think so.
Yeah. What do you attribute that to?
Education.
Yeah.
Hands down, education. If it were not for education and knowing that there are certain things that you have to do, if there's a problem that you have to solve, what is the problem you have to solve, and either work your way backwards or fill in the blanks, however way you have to. But education was the reason why I am here right now, this day, and taking the organization, growing it from absolutely nothing to where it is right now is all education. What X factor do I need to figure out to get me to where I want to go? And then after education, I would have to base it on selfishness. I would have to, be honest about the fact that I am a very selfish person in terms of I wanted to live a life where I was healthy. I wanted to live a life where I had freedom to come and go as I needed to. I wanted to live a life where I was around kind and beautiful people. And again, I wanted to be around people in the future who would be willing to take care of an old man who doesn't have any kids. So I need to train the world around me to be kind and nice to people who are a little bit different than you are. Because you better believe by the time I hit 60, 70, 80 years old, I'm going to be just as wild as Melody is all the time for no reason, because why not? I lived a long life. So out of selfishness, I've called myself into this particular life that I've lived, and all the good things that come out of it, because I'm not just thinking about me, but everyone else that I happen to touch while I'm going throughout my life.
So you think you've built a community?
Community is, in fact, one of the leading purposes there, because while education was fueling this vehicle to move forward in dance, I'm ultimately trying to show our general community one amazing factor. When a group of us choose to walk together in one direction, we could accomplish anything. This company came out of absolutely nothing. It came from the projects of Daytona Beach, Florida. So from the projects of Daytona Beach, Florida, where the palmettos are this big. Hold on, let me put it beside my face. The palmetto bugs, roaches, if you don't know what that is, they're this big. They're flying at you like they're nothing. And guess what? From nothing, you raise up and be whatever you choose to be. If
you are not.
That's your desire. And education, a desire to be a better person, and a desire to build community is what brought me to this place. And if we could keep showing it, the example here in dance, we could accomplish major things. Like, there's so much sickness out there that we could just eradicate if we chose to. Hunger, homelessness, those are non-issues if we chose for them to be. That major issue like war, that thing that Miss America always says, and world peace.
Yeah.
Like all that stuff. I really want to live that experience.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about and world peace. I want to actually live it by walking in that direction with people who are actually doing something to make it happen. So I'm practicing in dance what I want the whole world to practice. And it's like a personal meditation. It's like my spiritual meditation. I'm practicing what heaven would be like. I gotta love these people. I gotta connect with them. They're here. They may be in heaven with me. If I can't love them here, how in the hell am I gonna love them in heaven?
Yeah.
It just won't happen. So that's my personal note behind fueling all of this. There's a spiritual call. So my spirit wanted to be at peace and love and happy. Education saw me to that space. And the vehicle that I'm taking it in is dance, because why not? It's going to keep me healthy and joyful. And very youthful with my old ass. Don't put that in the record.
Now, along with the center and teaching this class, what other classes do you teach? Do you have another company that's on the side? What kind of projects are you working on?
Okay, so besides,
I know that was more than one
besides
question.
this class, I teach. I specialize in this specialty classes here. So I do ASD, autism spectrum. I do Down syndrome, and I do cerebral palsy specialty classes. And then in the community, I do blind and deaf people, and I usually work with adults. They're considered specialty because of their lack of consistency and their unwillingness to think beyond their standards. So they're definitely special needs as well. But besides that, I do a jazz class, stretch and flexibility. I also do the ballet workout. Do I have any other classes? Oh, and I do the technique